What's good, YouTube, and welcome back to another video with your boy KO. So this is the video that everybody be asking about. How much money you made? What's the numbers looking like? What's the rates looking like? Even though the crazy part is, I tell y'all the rates. I tell y'all if you're paying $3 a mile, $2.50 a mile, $4. I tell the miles. Y'all just don't want to do the math. I'm telling you where I pick up, telling you where I deliver. All you gotta do is go to Google, type in the city that I picked up, type in the city I delivered to. I already told you how much it paid. You'll know the miles. Now you got the miles. Do the miles times the rate. There you go. They'll tell you how much I get paid. But people just don't want to do the math. It's really not that freaking complicated. But hey, but if you, from a new people, if you don't know, if you've been following me since Snyder, at Snyder I gave all the numbers, literally all of them. The whole time I worked at Snyder, I gave every settlement, every load. I showed the pay stub. I did it. And the reason I stopped doing it was because even when I worked at Snyder, people were saying, oh, you photoshopping settlements and this, that, and the third. For what? I never understood that. And for me, it was more so like, why would I go through the hassle of photoshopping something to prove to people something that I do not know? Make it make sense. I have nothing to prove to nobody, to be honest. The only reason I give numbers is because I'm a numbers person. You know what I'm saying? Anybody can say they making this, that, and the third. If you ain't got no proof to back it, then it's just, you just talking. You feel me? So that's why when I worked at Snyder, I gave all the numbers. Fair enough, fair enough. So after getting accused of photoshopping, and if you know, I'm not doing that. So even, and the crazy part is, I don't know how they thought I had the time. It showed like the time, like you can literally see it was legitly a screenshot from a phone. It's not like I made it, and you know what I'm saying, like, but hey, they thought the numbers was fake. I even told how much I made at the end of the year. So all you had to do is, if you calculated it along the year, then you already knew how much I made at the end of the year. So it's just like the numbers, the math was mathing. But you know what I'm saying? I guess that's just people, man. People think you lying. I don't know why. I mean, yeah, there is people that lie because they want you to think they're making all this money that they're not making, just so they can get you to come to their company and they can get referrals. There's legitimately people like that. See it all the time. I'm not one of those, because I tell you all the time, I do not care if you come to the company I work at or not. It doesn't do me any justice whether you come or not. I really don't. I just want you to have a peace of mind of numbers you can possibly make at whatever company. That's it. That's all. That's the only reason I do it. I'm not trying to give you false hope, narrative, none of that. Like, because I tell people all the time, hey, listen, how I run, my work ethic may not be how you run and your work ethic. Some people like to go home. They like to go home every weekend. They like to go home, you know, however often. You know, people got families. Everybody's life is different. You know what I'm saying? People got different households. It's different. Everybody varies. So what I do works for me, but it may not work for you or the next person or this person. It may work for somebody in the same similar situation to me, but then somebody that has, you know, 4 or 5 kids and they got a house they gotta pay for, they got cars they gotta take, you know what I'm saying? It's different. I don't have that. I have 2 daughters. I don't have a house. My cars are paid off. So it's just, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm very minimal do I have to pay. So for me, stuff works different than somebody else that has all this other stuff. So that's why I say take it with a grain of salt. But anyway, I got 5 weeks of settlements. 5 weeks. They're not going in order. They're going reverse. So week 1 is going to be last week, and then so on and so forth. I'm basically going backwards. So like I told you, I want to give y'all a month straight of me working, because like when I first started, I was like going home, like I had to be home for my daughter's first day of school. Like I had to get back to Tampa to get my stuff. Like so these weeks wasn't really weeks, you feel me? So I didn't want to give y'all a breakdown early, and then you know what I'm saying, like then y'all like, damn, he really ain't making no money. I didn't want to do that to y'all. So that's why I said I'm gonna give it a little bit, and then I'm gonna bring y'all the numbers after I've been working a little bit. Plus, they say at Landstar, your first 90 days, it's more so like a break-in period. That's the hardest, because that's when you got the fees coming out for like escrow and the locks and the ELD, all the different stuff. You got all these different fees coming out. So once you get past that 90 days, all that stuff is starting to trickle out. So like my ELD is already paid for, the 2 tires I got already paid for. What else did I get? The locks, that's already paid for. My escrow is down to $100, $100 and something left now. So that'll be probably this week coming up, in the week after, or maybe, yeah, this week and then the week after. That'll finish that off. And Landstar requires $1,000 escrow minimum. So they will take that money and put it in the escrow, so you can have it. You can make your own voluntary escrow, which I just set up literally a couple days ago. I set it up for 5% of my check to now go to that voluntary escrow, so I can basically have 2 escrows. So nothing wrong with that. You know, you can use that money, you can pull that money anytime. It's not like they take your money and you ain't got access to it. It's your money, your own operator, man. So, but let's get down to it. I'm gonna get my phone out. I made notes with my car. I made notes last night when I was eating. So first thing first. Oh, and also I can tell y'all what my average has been. Actually, I'm gonna tell y'all that first. So since I've been here at Landstar, they gave me this paper in orientation. I don't know where it ends at, but as of whatever that paper said, I've done 42,000 gross. I don't know if that's before their cut, or I'm pretty sure that's after Landstar cut, that 42 gross. Like I said, I don't know. They give you this printout when you take that class, and it said 42K gross, and I did 16,000 miles since I've been here, and 3 months, three and a half. Like I said, I don't know what date that ends on, so I don't know if that's 3 month period or 3.5. I'm almost been here for 4 months, so we coming up on 120 days in the next few weeks, so it's almost been 4 months. And then so with that, my average per load has been 258 average. Obviously, if y'all seen me do loads, honestly, I've never done a load less than 250 a mile since I've been here. I've done loads for more than 250, so I don't know if they factor in deadhead mile. Like I don't know what this. It didn't give you a real breakdown, so I don't know. But my average since I've been here is 258 a mile for loads. So you know you're gonna get the super truckers that say 250 is trash. I know. But if you've watched my videos, majority of the loads I have pulled, honestly the only time I'll take a load that's less than 3 is if it's like something short where I'm picking it up, dropping it the same day. So, and that owner operator I met at BCO Day said he don't let his driver book loads for less than 250. So I ain't doing too bad, but a lot of loads I have booked are over $4, $5, $6. Them 2 loads I just did last week, $6. So it really just depends, give or take, man. But that's the average for people who want to know. Some people gonna say it's trash, some people gonna say that's fine. Whatever floats your boat. I ain't got no high overhead at the house, so it really don't make me no difference. All right, so first thing first, week 1. I have it here on my phone, so y'all see me looking down, so I'm looking at it. Week 1, my gross, $4,796.61. Now, this gross that I'm giving you is after Landstar cut. If you don't know, what you see on the load board is before Landstar cut. They do not, it's not like Snyder where they take the numbers out for you. No, you gotta do your own math. I get paid 73%. If you come here as drive-in, you will get paid 65%. There's the difference. So you have to do the math yourself. But these numbers that I'm going to give y'all are all after the cut. This is what I made after Landstar took they cut. Okay, so we on the same page, you know, because people gonna be quick like, oh, that before the cut or after the cut? It's after. So $3,187.60. That was my take home. Now, for people who don't know the difference between gross and net, gross, the number you make before all expenses come out. Net is the number you make when all expenses have come out. That's everything. That's what you take. That's what the truck made after all expenses. That's net. A lot of people be getting that mixed up. And they be like, oh, what's your gross? And then you tell them, they're like, oh, that's good, but they're thinking that's the net. They're not the same. So follow me. Last video, I mean not last video, but my 90-day review, I gave y'all my fixed costs. I don't remember. I made it for that video. I do not remember. But you got the fixed costs, expenses that I had, and also what else? And fuel. So that's really it. But Landstar fuel discount, like I told y'all, man, it's good. It's real good. I mean, as you see how much I took home versus how much I made. So yeah, there's that. But like I said, everybody's numbers will be different. Some people may have child support. Some people may have a voluntary escrow of however much percent, you know. Everybody got something different. It just depends, you know. So that week, $47.96.61 was my gross. My net, $3,187.60. That's after all expenses and fuel. So that's what I took home. That's what Big Red made. Yeah, Big Red get paid the money. It goes in my business account. So Big Red made the money. Week 2. This was the good week that I told y'all about, where I told y'all I grossed $9,200. That was before Landstar's cut. Don't be like, oh, you told us you made. That was before Landstar cut. When I tell y'all in my videos, if I give you a number, it's before the cut, because I'm not finna sit there and calculate and do it. I'm just being honest with you. You can do the math yourself. So anytime in a video, if I give you a number, that's before the cut. Yeah, so on and so forth. So week 2, we grossed $7,882.36. That is after Landstar cut again. So that was my great week. I want to say I did 4 loads that week. I did. I didn't put like the amount of loads. If anybody want to see this stuff, I can send you the freaking settlement. I didn't break it down and do all that, because if you watch the videos, then you know what loads I did. I tell you. So, but nonetheless, that was how much I grossed that week. Take home $4,060.14. That is what I took home after all expenses, fuel, everything. So that was a great week. I ain't gonna lie to you. That was a very, very good week. So, and by the way, for people who want to know as well, I don't never really run on recaps. Since I've been at Landstar, I ran on recaps one time, and it was only for a couple days when I was trying to get the BCO day. Other than that, I'm normally parked on the weekend, like now. I do my 34s on the weekend, and I normally just run my 70. Like, some people say, oh, you make more money running recaps. I guess you can, but in open deck, a lot of stuff is closed on the weekend, so it's not a lot you can pick up. So it don't really make sense to run on recaps and run like 9-hour days, and then when you get to the weekend, what you gonna do anyway? Be parked because you can't deliver. So like this, for instance, I could have made this delivery yesterday if they were open, but they're not open today either, so I have to wait till Monday. So you pretty much a lot of times forced to do a 34. So that's how I run. But some people say they don't do 34. Maybe on drive-in side, a lot more places are open, especially if you do dropping hooks and all that. We ain't doing dropping hooks, so unfortunately we can't do that. Week 3, gross $3,238.72. That was my gross. Before, I mean, that was after Landstar cut again. That week I had a lot of tolls. I remember looking at it. I had a bunch of tolls. I don't remember where I was. I want to say that's probably the week when I was in Virginia, not West Virginia, coming across West Virginia. I want to say that was that week, but I'm not 100% sure. I don't really remember, because the only places I really hit tolls is West Virginia and Florida. Maybe I was in Florida that week. I don't remember, to be honest. I ain't gonna lie to you. But that week also I had my tire payment when I was paying for the 2 drive tires that I got. Those Landstar took out $300 a week. So that was one of the weeks where it took $300. So my take home was $1,821.82. So obviously I would have made more, but they took $300 for them tires. So that would have been what, $2,100. So hey, and the tolls, I don't know how much all the tolls was. I didn't add them up. I just seen that it was a bunch of them. So yeah, so probably without the tolls and without the tires, I probably would have had like, I don't know, let's say like 23, 24, somewhere around there, give or take, because I don't know how much the tolls were. But I know the tires were 300. That's how much they took out each week for that. Week 4, my gross was $3,123.81 after Landstar cut. I'm gonna keep saying that because somebody's still gonna ask that before the cut, even though I said just listen, pay attention. All right, so this was tolls again, but this one didn't have a lot of tolls. It had maybe like 5 or 6 tolls, so this probably was when I was in Florida. And then I did have a tire payment that week as well, another $300, and my take home that week was $1,705.95. So if I didn't have that tire payment, that's $2,000 already I would have took home. And then the tolls, I don't really remember. It was a couple tolls, so maybe probably like another 50 bucks or something like that. I don't really know, but not bad. 1,700 take home, there's that. And then last but not least, week 5, we grossed $3,031.27. That was the gross. On here I said that I had a few tolls and I still had those tire payments of $300. Yes, I think my tires was $1,000. So yeah, 3 of those weeks, and then one of the weeks was like $100 and something. It was $1,000 something for the tires all together. And then Landstar took $300 a week, or $369, and then the last week was like 100 and some change. I don't remember the exact number. So that makes sense of why the last 3 all had tires. But where's it at? I said I had a few tolls, and then take home that week was $2,065.58. So not bad. That's 5 weeks. I know one of those weeks I did go see my daughter, so I know I took an L that week because I had to get myself through Atlanta. So the load I took that week, I think it was like 252. It was like 250. It wasn't that great, I remember, and it was super heavy, so I spent money on fuel. The only reason I took it was because I was going to see my daughter. So that's why I say weeks like that and stuff like that, you can see the difference where I'm grossing $3,000 is the gross. I mean, I'm still taking home $2,000 a week. Honestly, $2,000 take home is where I like to be at. I don't like to be less than that. $2,000 a week, 2, 4, 6, 8, $8,000 a month for me is okay. Realistically, I can make less, but I like to be at $2,000 a week. That's perfectly fine. You know what I'm saying? I know some people want to make $5,000, $4,000 a week. Hey, if you can do it, hey, salute to you. Hey, run it. I like those weeks too. Don't get it twisted. I like those weeks too. But what I'm saying is, on average, $2,000 is where I would like to be at. That's, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm cool with that. My day is good. Hey, I'm cool with it. So let's see. I had that good week where I took home $4,000. The week before that, well, last week I took home $3,100. Right now I'm on track for a $6,300 a week. Let's see what that is after the cut. That's before the cut. Let's see. So that is $45.99 for $4,600. Get somewhere around there, because I don't know the exact number. I know it's 63 and something, but I don't remember what the other numbers are. So around about 4,600 gross is what I'm at now, and that's only for 3 loads. So not a bad week, not a super fantastic week, but y'all see the weeks where I actually ran hard. You see the money, the numbers speak for itself. And it depends on the area you start out of starting that new week. Like that week where I grossed 9, I ended that week with a $4,500 load. That's what made that week so great, because my weekend load was $4,500. So You know what I'm saying? That boosted my gross all the way up there. So, you know, it just depends on the area. You may get lucky. These agents call you, they have a project that just started, which is how I got that $4,500 load. That was an agent that literally only had one on the board. One of my other loads prior to that fell through. So it just worked out that way. I probably would have had a little less week. Well, I would have had a less week if the other load didn't cancel, because that load paid $1,500 less than the load that I got to replace that load with. So, hey, that's why I say it sometimes everything happens for, I was told everything happened for a reason. So that load canceled, I got something better. So it is what it is. But overall, that's not bad for a month. Let me see what that full take home is. Let me calculate all those numbers for y'all real quick. This is take home. I'm not gonna calculate the growth. Actually, no, I'm gonna do take home 3187. I'm just round it up. 3187, 4060. I'm not adding the cents. 1821. 1821. What's the other one? 1705 and 2065. So that is $12,838 for the month take home. So not bad at all. So for the people that want to know, that's what you're looking at. Like I say, everybody know trucking. These numbers is what I made this past month, these past 5 weeks. So these are literally the last 5 weeks from now, which really I just gave y'all 6 weeks. I just told y'all what I'm at on this week. So the last 6 weeks, remember though, I'm open deck. I can't speak for what drive-in makes. I have no clue at all. So I mean, there is YouTubers on here. So there's YouTubers on here that do drive-in. So I don't know if they speak on numbers, probably not. I don't really see too many people that speak on numbers, but that's the only time I'm gonna speak on numbers, which I told y'all from the get-go. I will give y'all the first month, or not the first month, but a month of settlements, and then that's it. I'm not doing it anymore. People don't believe me anyway. They think I'm lying. So, but if you want to see any of those settlements and how they break it down and all that, I will send it to you. You just got to email me. I got you. I have no problem sharing it with you. For the people that think I'm lying, you know what I'm saying? But I have no problem sharing it with you. I'm just not going to post it on social media because I don't care. I don't care if you believe me, if you don't believe me. I ain't got nothing to lie. So there it is, man. There's all the numbers y'all wanted. That's me. Also, keep in mind too, I'm new. I'm still learning. I'm still learning the lanes, still learning the agents. All these, well, I ain't gonna say all, but most of the loads I booked off the load board. So I mean, I've had agents call. So I have had loads where an agent called me and I ran the load for the agent. I have had repeat agents that I have ran for. So, but I'm not to the point where some people at Landstar don't even look at the load board. They got agents that they call directly, which I have a few like that too, that I call. Like if I'm in that area and I know they got loads, I call them directly, you know. But I'm not at the point to where I could be like, oh man, I fully rely on agents. I'm not there yet. There's drivers that's been at Landstar, they don't look at the load board, they can do that. Me, I ain't got there yet. I can't wait till the day I do get there. But you know, there's that. So everything is just, you know, if you know agents already, or if you know somebody that work at Landstar that put you on with agents and stuff like that, it's really all in who you know. If you can network and talk to people and talk to drivers, they can put you on. Hey, even better for you. I had a little upper hand because Fidel in 18, they put me onto some agents and stuff, so I had that help along the way. But a lot of loads I have gotten, honestly, they came off the load board. So I know that's a big one that people be wanting to know. Like, do you run off the load board? Yes, I do. But other than that, man, my new people, appreciate y'all clicking on the video. I know this is the video everybody been waiting on. They think I wasn't gonna make it. If I tell you I'm gonna make it, I got you. You know, just, you know, need a couple minutes, but we here now. You feel me? Anyway, y'all, appreciate y'all for watching. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, turn on my post notification if y'all have any questions. All my information, as always, in the link. I mean, in the description. The link is in the description of every video. My email, my socials, all that stuff. Other ways for you to contact me if you need truck insurance. Jessica Rush, her information is down below. If you want to become a member, support the channel, down below. Other than that, I appreciate y'all. I'm gonna catch y'all in the next one. Peace.